we've got some more fabulous guests joining us on the sofa. It's brilliant to have the two of you here, both first-time nominees. It is Ozioma, Akagha, and Jason E. Kelley.
Deathloop.
Welcome.
It's kind of strange to see you both like not at each other's throats a little bit.
We were backstage.
We were.
Oh, you guys did? Okay, you got it out of
fighting
the
over
system
who's
first.
going to go into makeup first.
Who won?
Yeah.
Me.
Of course.
Of course. you want to have the time. You want the glam squad to work on you. Though clearly you didn't need a glam squad. You both look fabulous. How are you finding London before we get into the meat and bones of Deathloop?
Absolutely beautiful city.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed.
Yes.
You haven't got the best weather, but then there isn't. It's a real.
It's
you know,
okay. It's a
real
beautiful
job.
town.
Indoors, things to do.
It hasn't rained, and I thought it was going to rain the entire time.
I'll give it another couple of hours. I'm sure it will have by now.
Yeah, it's not going to disappoint you. There's a storm of brewing outside. How did you find BAFTA tonight?
An incredible experience.
The vibes are good, right?
Very
like
great vibes.
It's always so good.
Elegant, stylish, a lot of fun, and a nod to the craft of what we do. It's been amazing.
I think like it's really special to see BAFTA, really celebrating performers in games as well, because I think like for a long time, it was just something that other industries maybe didn't take as seriously, and to see so many accomplished, actors now be celebrated and getting into games more is brilliant as well. I mean, how did you both sort of how did you start reading for Deathloop? When did it sort of first come across your desks, I guess?
I think we auditioned September
2019, yeah.
Wow,
September
actually that's a
2019.
long time ago.
Yeah, these games take a second to make, which is why BAFTA recognizing them is so important and so fantastic, and I'm so honored for sure.
Yeah, it's an amazing experience.
And when did the two of you know that the other had been cast? When did you first get to read and act and play?
January 2020. I believe we had some sessions, and we were able to be in the booth at the same time, and then everything happened with the pandemic, so we had that one day a session there, and it was amazing. I keep on saying that I wasn't 100% sure what I was doing.
Really?
Until I got in the space with Ozi, and I went, oh, that is where we need to be. And the banter and the relationship between the two of us just jumped.
Well, I was going to say the
page.
chemistry between you both is, for me, what makes the game 100%. Like it is just, it just brings the game to life in such a vibrant way, and it's so pacey, it's so fun, and I know a lot of games actually, the voiceovers and the mocap are actually done sometimes without the actors ever meeting each other, but I couldn't see that be possible with you guys because the chemistry just jumps at you.
Yeah, it was powerful, it was potent, and it's pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
Whenever we see each other.
Except I don't saw anybody in half.
She doesn't saw me in half. I don't get stabbed on a regular basis.
Not yet.
And she doesn't have a long rifle with her to snipe me. But our banter and the energy that we have is very much alive every time we're around each other. And it to the point where I want to work with Ozi again in video game and a live action. I'm brainstorming a sitcom that I could write to put us in something, because it's rare as an actor to find chemistry in the performance that's so innate and so effortless that it becomes infectious, and it helps the audience connect even more.
What were each of your ins to the hook to your character, I suppose? What was something that you were like, yes, I can do this, I can work with this?
I think Juliana's humor, her wit, her grit, and her passion for getting exactly what she wants. I think her and I are very similar in that respect. We're both very tenacious, gritty women. And after I heard that in the writing, and after Bennett, our director, kind of drew that out and we talked about it a little bit, I was just off to the races with her.
Jason, how did you enjoy getting to act against yourself as Colt?
That was an interesting experience. It was a lot of fun, but it was challenging because I had to always remind myself, which version of Colt am I playing? Is it the Colt that's just woke up for the first time through the game, or is this the Colt that's been through this 70, 80, 90 times, and he's tired, and he's fatigued, and he's fed up, and he's tired of dealing with this Colt messing up his chances of getting off this island and breaking the loop. It was one of the more daunting and challenging tasks. It was an incredible experience to to work that way, I actually look forward to an opportunity to do it again, actually, and again. And again.
Have you had time, though? I know you're busy, but have you had time to actually break the loop yet?
No, I haven't. I've played about 10 minutes of the game.
Oh
I've
my
played
God.
about 10 minutes of the game. I have a 14-month-old, and if you're going to give me my choice between playing my video game and playing with my son, me and my son's going to win over and over and over again. But I do look forward to playing. I do look forward to taking some time and playing in the coming weeks.
Yeah.
I believe him and my wife are going to be out of town at the same time. She's going to be taking him someplace, I believe, to the Bay. And I think I'll probably lock and load then.
Yes.
And see what happens.
So what are you doing when the family's away? Can you jump on and maybe actually play as Juliana and Colt at the same time?
Make it happen.
That would be kind of dope.
Yeah.
That would be kind of crazy.
Voice chat, just like
I would trust my gameplay with any of the fans. It's fantastic to hop on YouTube, hop on Twitter, and watch Deathloop fans play Deathloop.
Yeah.
I mean, they're fantastic. It's a whole theater
terrifying.
show by
Like
itself.
sometimes you're
Yes.
like, I
Yes.
cannot compete with that.
Cannot compete with it. It's a skill set in and of itself.
We do the acting and the fans
Oh, I'm
do the...
so sorry. I
No,
didn't
no,
mean to
no,
interrupt you.
no.
I'm just getting excited because I just want to know what it's like for you when you pop up or seeing yourself pop up in some Twitch streamer's game, just being like, ha ha, you're
There
dead. I'm here to spoil your day and I can't wait.
Say, I love it. I mean, I think Juliana is a character that people love to hate. You know, they have that, oh, she's so frustrating, but she's so good.
Oh, but you can't not like her, like, because she's just so charismatic as well.
Charming. Yeah, it's pretty great.
What's something that maybe people don't appreciate enough about the craft behind performance in video games that you maybe think that it just goes unnoticed a lot of the time?
I don't think it's a lack of appreciation, maybe just a lack of knowledge. I mean, we saw it in the awards a couple minutes ago, how many hands it takes to make these games and how long it takes too. And I think it's fantastic that it was live streamed so that the gaming community, which are the best fans,
Absolutely.
really have an appreciation for how many hands it takes to make some of their favorite things.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm wondering as well, like, how you felt about the reaction to the game from when it was initially announced at E3. I think it was 2020 at Bethesda, and I remember seeing it and just being like, it felt obviously classic Arcane, classic Bethesda, and yet it didn't look like anything I'd ever seen before.
Yeah.
How was that for you guys reading about the reaction?
That part was what was so unexpected for me. I had no idea. I have nephews that have been huge gamers their entire lives, but I had no idea just how people were going to respond to this particular game. And you know, as artists and creatives, our job is to go in the booth and to go into the volume and do the work, and keep our heads down and do the work and bring these characters to life. And then we at some point have to let that go, and it has to be put in the hands of the audience and the fans, and they get to decide whether they like it or not.
Yeah.
Which is a very vulnerable place to be
Yeah.
as an artist. And when they respond back this way, and especially with Deathloop, because this is the first time in my knowledge that you've had two black protagonists in a game playing off of each other, playing outside of stereotype, and bringing to life characters that have never been presented before and creating a new standard. The number of people that have reached out to us on socials saying thank you and appreciating that we gave them something that they can, you know, fill their chests up with a little bit more and be proud of, that's representing them and they can identify with, is one of the most humbling experiences I've ever had as a creative.
It's really special as well. What kind of advice would you give to people who maybe over the pandemic are like, you know, I want to give performance in video games a go. Like, well, where should they start? What should they do?
Class.
Yeah.
There's always acting classes, but even if that is out of reach, I would say mimic. If there are some performances that you really, really love and you feel really deep down in your soul, put it on, watch it a bunch of times, and make it your own. It's fantastic practice. I do it myself. So it's not,
With any games?
When I make games, yes. Just out and about in the world, if there's a performance that I really, really love, movies, TV, commercials even.
Absolutely.
if there's something I love and that really speaks to me, I'll play it over and over again and see what I can do with it and how I can, bring life to what I just heard in my own way. So.
Yeah, Morgan Freeman once said that the best artists steal from other great artists. They pay attention and they just take from them and they make it their own. And everything that Ozzy's saying is true. You take what's already out there and make it your own, and that's how you start to learn your craft. And if somebody wants to get into the business, go to any voiceover studio and look on the walls. There's posters and banners of classes going on all the time. It's a fantastic way to get started. That's actually how I got started doing it.
Yeah.
And just get started, don't quit, and keep going. Because what's interesting is 18 years ago I became an actor. I started my journey as an actor.
Yeah.
And to be standing here today as a BAFTA nominee in a craft that I knew very little about in 2004, I'm blown away that you can have a drive and a goal and achieve something in a medium, in a career path that otherwise you may not have had any past experience in.
Yeah.
It's absolute honor to be here, and
Amazing.
it's exciting. Anybody can do it.
I imagine we're going to see both of you back here again.
Oh, I'm coming
I hope
back.
so.
I'm coming
Please have me back,
Please.
BAFTA.
Yes,
We
yes.
would love to. Thank you ever so much.
Yes,
Congratulations on your nominations.
Thank you all so
Thanks
much.
so
for
much,
having us.
ladies. It was
Can't wait for the next
fantastic.
one. Thank
so
you.
much.
We will see you soon. We'll see you on the dance floor.
See you on dance floor. The rug.